Welcome to Doak Campbell Stadium, home to the Florida State Seminoles. And just listen to this crowd energy. Every Seminoles game, the war chant goes full throttle. Great anticipation for a matchup that's only grown as the season has progressed. Now, a top-5 showdown. Both teams trying to make a strong statement here in the midseason. As we'll see the #3 team in the country, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Terrapins will kick this away to start us off. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. So the Seminoles offense comes on the field first today. There's the star running back jogging out of the field. He is trying to add to his huge highlight reel, Kirk.
Chris, honestly, I don't think we've seen too many running backs who can duplicate what this guy can do on the field. He's got everything: vision, speed, power. He can diagnose the defense in real time. I'm really excited to see this kid play.
They get him down to the junior with an excellent run there. The game moves the ball to the 39. It'll be first down. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Solid gain, moves the ball to a 43.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the 4th quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Great cut. They whiff on him. And they're finally able to stop him, but great execution on the screen pass. Fooled the defense there. The Seminoles have 1st and 10 here. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. It's an out route. The catch made. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
Here comes a handoff. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Good push up front and great acceleration by this back. I tell you, he's doing a pretty good impression right now of a combination of greats that they've had at Florida State. Guys like Warwick Dunn and Devontae Freeman, and more recently with guys like Cam Akers and Dalvin Cook.
The Noles trying to cash in here in the red zone. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Will he score here? And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Noles.
That kind of play is almost impossible to defend. When the quarterback is throwing the ball with that kind of accuracy and timing, and the receiver runs a route like this, good luck trying to stop it. So maybe this is a great start for this combination of this quarterback and receiver for a big day.
And now the try here for the extra point. PAT makes it 7-0. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Return starts from inside the 5. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So the Maryland Terrapins offense gets their first crack now. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between the quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball. And eventually, that's going to cost you.
Going to try to use his legs here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Receiver makes the catch.
Now the defense plays it pretty well. Force the quarterback to make the throw in front of you as a defense. Then you square up and make the tackle. Force them to do something special after the catch. That tactic works here. Now you've got a 4th down.
Well, they finally stop him, but he found a nice lane on that return. Puts the start of the drive in a good position. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field, trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. On first down, it's play action. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Another great throw by this quarterback to be able to pick up a first down and keep this drive alive. I'll tell you, he's starting to kind of feel like he's getting into a zone. Boy, Chris, over the years, how many Florida State quarterbacks have we seen get in that zone? Guys like Chris Wenke and Jameis Winston, Charlie Ward. Man, so many good signal callers that have played at FSU.
And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down. Offense now operating in the red zone. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Catch made on the left side. Touchdown, Florida State. Strong game by this quarterback. But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. With the extra point, the lead is 14. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And here's the return from inside the 5. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. Maryland offense is back out on the field now. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? Looking to throw it on first down. Pass caught. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, this is the risk you take when you run this play. Sometimes it works, sometimes it backfires. And this time it backfires on the offense by going backwards for a tackle for a loss.
He hands it to the back. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense. So from the 21-yard line, it's now 2nd and long. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. And the Terrapins look to keep this drive moving. First down. Looking to throw the football. Looking for the wide out. That's going to be incomplete. A first down drop here in the middle of the field.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
Incompletion makes it second down. Back to throw again. That pass falls incomplete. So to avoid another punt here in the second drive, they got to convert here on third down. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. He's looking to scramble. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run. The Terrapins bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the second time. He's going to try to return the punt. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop him this time. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1. Gonna run it. It's Brown. Gonna try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
What a job at the line of scrimmage by this defense. Looked like a no-brainer. 2nd and short, easy first down. No. Denied. Stopped. Bring up 3rd down.
And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up a first down.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this first quarter run out. As we break for the quarter, Florida State goes on top. And as we reach the end of one, the lead is starting to mount. Let's take a quick look at the first quarter stats before we move on. We'll see if this game gets out of hand before halftime. The crucial second quarter beginning right now. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. They'll switch it up here, looking to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. Catch made down inside the 15. He moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a 1st and goal now. The defense better regroup after that big gainer. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's the snap, looking to throw. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down. Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. They'll look to throw it on 3rd and goal. And it's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, they decide to throw the ball here on 3rd down and short. I really thought the easy thing is just run the quarterback or hand it off, pick up the 1st down, keep this drive alive, and get 6 points on the board.
The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And they add to their lead. So after building this big lead, they're set to kick it off. Fields it just outside the goal line. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. Here comes the Maryland offense back on the field. Last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Looking for his big tight end. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. The guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. The back's got it. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you get positive yards on 1st down, that's a win.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a 1st down. So it's 3rd and short from the opponent's 28. Let's see what the play call is here. They're already in field goal range, but thinking about the end zone. Receiver makes the grab. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Running back grabs it on the screen. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a 1st down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
And he scores. Touchdown, Seminoles.
This is a nice touchdown and a great play call. Just get this receiver in space and let him make people miss and use his speed to get to the end zone. That's what they did here, and it pays off.
Good job dealing with the footing. The PAT is good. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. The Maryland offense is back out on the field now. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Caught over the middle. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Off the play fake, looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Stopped after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Brings up 2nd down. He'll hand it off. Football knocked loose in the backfield. Defense grabs the football. It's a turnover.
Oh, man. The rain ended up acting like an extra defender on this last play. The runner seemed like he was holding onto that football so tight for one moment and then watching it slip away the next.
Quick throw. The catch is made. He stopped, but he gets a 1st down.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. Quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, and he gets it down to the tight end, and you can see what he can do after the catch.
And the Seminoles will line up here on 1st down and goal.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. Man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, There's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Second down, we're going to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket now. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Knowles.
This receiver is putting on a show today. That is 3 trips to the end zone already. And based on how this defense is playing against him, this may not be the last time we see him in the end zone today.
Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. The returner tackled right there. That's what will start the drive. Here comes the Maryland offense back on the field. The last possession ended in a fumble, and that set up a touchdown. So they got to bounce back from that right away. It's caught. Nice pitch and catch. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, it's got to start somewhere, and there's a nice first down to keep this drive alive and hope to be able to create a little bit of momentum here near the end of the first half, trying to cut into this lead and get some points on the board.
Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Fires it to the wideout. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. That's a big play. Moves the ball down inside the 30.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
That's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if this offense can do something before the break to cut into this big lead. This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Who makes the grab?
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
And the Terrapins are in the red zone. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Caught near the goal line. And he steps out of bounds just short of the end zone. Couldn't quite get there. Now a chance to cut into this lead before halftime. It's 1st and goal. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain. Offense facing 2nd and goal. The big fullback's got it here. Breaks the tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. 3rd and goal. The defense come up with a huge stop here. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins.
Well, you go to all reliable here, the fullback who doesn't get his hands on the ball very often. 3rd down and goal, great time to surprise the defense. He powers his way into that end zone.
After PAT, the lead is still 31-7. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. Now he tosses it back. Looking for a deep completion. Big gain. Catch made at the 30. Touchdown, Florida State. This quarterback on fire today. As the flea flicker executed perfectly, we're seeing more and more of this in college football, Kurt.
Yeah, and it's just one of those gadget plays you like to have in your arsenal. The defense, in this case, they were sucked up and completely out of position after that initial handoff. It allowed the receiver to get behind the coverage and make it for an easy touchdown pass.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner is brought down. The Maryland offense is back out on the field now. Backed up this close to the red zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Hits the running back in the flat. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Quarterback drops back. And that falls incomplete as time runs out in the first half of play. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down in Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Noles will kick this away to get the second half going. They'll return it from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to bring him down. Here comes the Maryland offense back on the field. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Caught by the back behind the line of scrimmage. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for. Getting set. Here's 2nd down.
Well, the defense does such a good job of taking any threat downfield away. All he could do is throw it to his back, and a loss of yards. Now you're behind the sticks.
Tackle made, but it moves the ball to the 25 as they try to get this drive going. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10?
And that's good enough for a first down.
Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. It's a short completion to the tight end. Big man finally brought down by the cornerback. That was a tough assignment. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. That run sets up an important 3rd down call for this offense. They're going to run it. Back gets the carry. And they'll stop him just short the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. The Terrapins will have to kick this away. He's on looking for a solid punt here. No fair catch. Looking to make a return here. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. And he's going to head out of bounds, but not before picking up some good yardage on the return. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. Last time out, a 1-play touchdown drive through the air. Can they keep it going here? Quarterback's got it on the option. He'll pitch it. That one moves the ball across the 40.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Let's it fly to the wideout. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. The Seminoles with 1st and 10 here. Misses the receiver, incomplete. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. The pass rush closing in. He's got it for a big gain. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a 1st down. The Noles pick up enough yardage for a 1st down. Ball handed off. Runs through the defender.
You know, a lot of people fear running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. But that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Touchdown, Seminoles. And this one is getting ugly. So the offense flexing, Kirk, and stretching the lead here now in the second half.
Well, you can catch your breath here a little bit if you're this offense. That touchdown can help you out. But now your own defense can help you preserve the lead so you can go back out and continue to build upon that to the finish.
Return starts from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Maryland offense is back out on the field now. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. Can they begin to click now? And looking to throw now on first down. Sacked, dropped at the 3.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down. And the Terrapins will line up to punt it away. Oh, and he's got a crease here. Look out. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. Running back has it on a screen now. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage.
Well, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. And I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
And the Seminoles are in the red zone now. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. So this defense finally makes a play. That's one of the few negative plays for this offense today.
Yeah, you said it, Chris. They don't have the easiest road to climb back in this one, but little plays like that can be points of positivity of what coaches will likely focus on as they move forward.
He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. Touchdown, Knowles. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. So they find the reliable tight end, and he makes the defense pay that time.
You know, the receivers a lot of times get most of the attention, but don't forget about how potent a tight end can be. When you've got a player like this who can run routes, get a serious weapon that they can utilize, and they just did right there.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And here's the return from inside the 5. Coverage team brings down the returner.
And the Maryland offense will take over.
Here comes the Maryland offense back on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Play action here on first down. He's sacked. He'll be brought down right at the 5-yard line.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Second and long now from their own 5-yard line. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time. They punted 4 times already on the verge of a 5th. They can't convert this 3rd down. From the shotgun, drops back. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th. The Terrapins will have to kick it away. It's a rough series for the offense, and now he's on to punt it away. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. He'll hand it off. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance and a really nice gain.
Quarterback making some changes at the line. Looking to pass. It's Kromenhoek. Catch made on the out route. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Touchdown, Florida State. And the route is on.
Oh, you talk about a dream performance by this guy. That's his 4th receiving touchdown of this game. We knew he'd have chances to make plays, but I don't think anybody expected 4 touchdowns.
And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? And the returner will be brought down. Maryland offense is back out on the field now. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They'll test the right side here. Finding some room at the 25. Clay moves the ball to about the 45. That's good for a first down. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back. Just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right. And then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down.
And he just throws it away there. Safe move. Had nobody open. And one final play before the end of the quarter.
3:25.
He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Defense makes the stop after the completion. And as we take a break to flip ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the current national rankings. Let's see if a comeback is in store here as we start the 4th quarter. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on 3rd down. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Breaks the tackle, gets into the clear. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Finally, good for them. Play like this, let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Lets it go quickly. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
Really good job here by the defense in coverage. Did a nice job here of staying in phase with the receiver. There's no chance for a completion at all.
After the incompletion, they'll come to the line for a 3rd and 4. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. This time, a completion. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a 1st and goal.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here. See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Keeping it on the ground here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line. Not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
3rd and goal. Looking to throw for it. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins.
You know, the most impressive thing to me, Chris, I mean, they're not going to win this football game. I love that they're still fighting. I think that tells you a lot about this team, the character, the culture, the way they're coached. It's not their day, but I'm just impressed that they're still battling out there.
And he knocks through the PAT. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away.
Maryland, 14.
Return begins inside the 10. Oh, and he's got some space here. Good work by the blockers in that return team. He found a lane. So this drive's going to begin with good field position. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. And now the first play of the drive. They'll begin at the 38. Handoff here from the shotgun. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. And the same runner's got it again. Brought down, but it's past the line of the game.
Well, good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases, to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the first down.
Keep it on the ground to work the clock here.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Caught. Completion. And he never had a chance. Tackled in the backfield. Well, they feature the fullback as a receiver there, Kirk, but the defense was not fooled. They're all over him.
I like the idea of trying to... the ball to the fullback because he doesn't get his hands on it very often, but as you said, the defense all over that, not fooled at all, and the result is a loss of yardage.
And he's got it. The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37.
Well, why not, Chris? Here we are in the fourth quarter. It's third down. This guy's been making plays all game long. Go back to him again, and it works out.
First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. And the Noles keep the football on the move. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
That's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Oh, and he can't hang on for a little screen pass there. That's going to bring up 3rd. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Scanning the field. It's Kromenhoek. There's a shot toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Interesting call here, Chris, to throw the ball on 3rd and short. Unable to come up with a first down. Now here at 4th down, you got a big decision to make. Do you kick the field goal just to add to the lead, or maybe go for this here with a chance to drop the hammer?
And it falls incomplete. A turnover on downs. Big play for this defense. First down here for this offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down. Receivers are bunched together. First down, looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a...
And they heave it deep downfield. Makes the catch. Can he get in? He makes it to the end zone.
Touchdown. Maryland.
Well, you can tell that this play caller, the offensive coordinator, he's thinking about the future. He wants to see how his quarterback and how this offense wants to compete when this game's out of reach. He's going to be very happy with the result of this play.
And they tack on the extra point. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away.
Maryland, 21.
Fields it just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled at the 27. That's where the drive will start. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. They really protected home turf well here today. What a satisfying victory. There's the handoff. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
That's the mark of a well-coached team. These guys don't even pay attention to the score. They're just out there executing and churning up yards. Good solid run there as this clock continues to wind down. This offense has had a great day.
We go with a direct snap. The tackle is made, the clock runs out, and that will do it. Well, frankly, Kirk, we hope for games that are a little bit more suspenseful. This one got out of hand early, ended up being a rout.
That's putting it nicely, Chris, right? This was a complete blowout. A solid performance in all areas by this team. Their coaches should be proud of how they looked out there today.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.